here. We are discussing the 7-hour rule and 0 moments of truth. Welcome to the live stream. If you're doing bigger ticket sales, you're doing premium sales, you're doing things where people have to trust you some in order to make a purchase, then the live stream today is going to be really useful and helpful to you. So welcome those of you in my Facebook group. We're live streaming to multiple locations today. I don't know how this is going to work. You can let me know if we have a lag or if it looks all right. Let me know in the chat. But regardless, we're going forward with it. On my screen, it looks like we have some lag, but we're going to go ahead and roll. First of all, the 7-hour rule, it comes from the book that you're seeing here, Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley. He talks about the 7-hour rule and the 11 moments of truth. Powerful book, really good book. And the gist of the 7-hour rule is Professor Robin Dunbar did this research and determined that in order for people to count you as a friend, you need to spend 7 hours with you. Now, that could be 7 hours of YouTube content. It could be 7 hours of watching videos, reading your books, and so forth. And then Google came along and said, in order for people to trust you and make purchases, you need what are called 11 0 moments of truth, or zmots. And these are basically touches or interactions with you. That can be articles they read, books they read, videos they watch, articles on Medium or LinkedIn, watching your posts over on X, but 11 moments of truth. And then Daniel Priestley also elaborates on that and says that 4 locations. So not just YouTube, but YouTube and Facebook and X and LinkedIn or wherever, right? 4 locations, Zoom calls. So good morning to you, by the way. If you're watching in our Facebook group, good morning to you. I'll see if I can see our chat over here in the group. Hey, Jim, good morning to you. I didn't know if it looked good or not because I'm live streaming with Talk Studio, but then I'm also live streaming using OBS to the group. So Talk Studio is showing some lag on my preview, but we'll see how it all how it comes out in the wash. So anyway, last night in Fast Track, Jim F was there. We were looking at an online marketer, and I was researching their Facebook, their Instagram, and their LinkedIn. Now, they sell what I believe is a $10,000 product. So this is not a cheap purchase. And I found it interesting because there were no 7 hours of content or interactions or where you could get to feel you know the person. I mean, it's like basically there was almost nothing except sales pitches and teasers. And you're like, I'm surprised this method works, to be honest. Now, the person's successful, so I'm not going to say it doesn't work for them. But in general, people want to have this feeling that they know you, they have a feel for who you are, and these 11 zmots that Google talks about. And so I'm a fan of Daniel Priestley and his concepts in the book Oversubscribed, also the book Key Person of Difference. Recommend both the books. He also has a book called Scorecard that I like. My question so on my YouTube channel here, if you go through there and watch a bunch of videos, you can rack up your 7 hours. But I'll tell you what, I think I have an imperfect setup here, and let me explain why. On some channels, you go there, like Daniel Priestley's channel, he has a number of 1 hour long videos. You should probably have at least 7 1 hour long videos So people don't have to watch 40 10-minute videos in order to log their 7 hours, right? You should probably have a book or two that's free or cheap, and 7 hours of content that's easy to consume, video content. Because if we go, I'm going to see if we can do this. We'll go over here. I can't do it on Facebook. Yeah, I can do it. All right. I think this will work. Let's pop on over here to YouTube, just out of curiosity here, and check this out, right? Let's see here. We'll get to youtube.com. All right. And let's just type in Daniel Priestland. Let's check him out on this 7-hour rule, right? Daniel, Priestley. All right. And you can tell me in comments if you think this rule is true or not. If you will binge watch someone before you make a premium or consider making a premium purchase from them. I know I do. So here's his Key Person of Influence channel. He's got multiple channels here. Now, the first thing that you notice is just all the interviews here. Here's an hour and a half interview with Caleb. Here's he did 2 incredible interviews with the future Chris Do that are about an hour long. And so you can get probably like 20 hours of interviews with him just from all these different people who have interviewed him. But let's go. I think he said he's done like 3,000 interviews. I don't know, some insane number, maybe 1,000. Let's just check out, though, his Key Person of Influence channel and see. It's got 910 videos there. Let's see how many of these. So here's a 30-minute one, but close to an hour, 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 close to an hour. So here's what I want you to see from this right off the bat. If we're counting hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, 7.5 really, with barely scrolling on YouTube, right? I mean, barely scrolling. And here's logging a couple more hours. I mean, with no effort at all, you can scroll through here and easily consume 30 minutes of content, right? That to me, it really says something and is really powerful. Somebody else that does a good job of this, who I like their channel, is Lead Gen J. Let's go check out Lead Gen J on the 7-hour rule, right? And then we'll look at my YouTube, which I do not make it so easy to consume 7 hours, but we'll go check it out. Let's just check out Lead Gen J and see how good he does on this 7-hour rule without scrolling too much. So here we got 40, 40, 23, 15, 5, 11, 21, 11, 11, 36, 20. So we can still log 7 hours here, but we got to really work hard for it, a lot harder, because we got 40 and 40, there's an hour, but then we got 23 here, 15 here. We got watch a lot of probably shorter videos, because a lot of these are 10 to 17 minutes in order to get to our 7 hours. That's the way my channel is. So if we go over here to Marlon Sanders. Have you heard of this 7-hour rule before? Let me know in comments. Have you heard of the 11 moments of truth rule? The zmot rule from Google. So if we come here to Marlon Sanders, let's just see here what we got. We'll go to videos. So we've got, 15, 5, 8, 14, 4, 1. I don't know why I got that up there. 14, 30. See, you're going to have to work really hard to log 7 hours, to be honest. There's an hour. But like in general here, you're going to have to watch really a lot of videos in order to log your 7 hours. Let's check our live streams. That was my videos. I think my live streams are maybe a little better. I I do not know why this says that's upcoming. That's just weird. I don't understand that. All right. 12, 8, 10, 6, 1 hour there. 11, 12, 25, 16. Yeah, you can see, you probably got to watch 30 videos here in order to get your 7 hours. So that's really, now 11 zmots, no problem. I got a lot of zmots. I got books and products and, other channels and things. But the 7 hour rule to create that, where somebody we'll look it up here in Google so you can know that I'm not just making this up. Robin Dunbar actually said this. Let's see if I can get, see if I can get my monitor back here. Yeah, for some reason there we go. All right. Let's get back here. If we go to Google and we do Robin Dunbar 7 hour rule. So Robin Dunbar 7 hour rule. Says over here from Microsoft AI, the 7 hour rule is a concept developed by Professor Robin Dunbar. He's a psychologist who's well known for his research on social relationships, human bonding. According to this rule, you consider someone a friend or close acquaintance for spending about 7 hours with them. This idea is based on the notion that meaningful relationships require a certain amount of time and interaction. Dunbar's research suggests that these 7 hours can be spread over multiple interactions and don't need to be continuous. This rule is often applied in various contexts, including business, personal relationships, to emphasize the importance of investing time in building connections. All right. So I find this to be very interesting. And I think you might want to look at different marketers and what they do and say, okay, how well are they implementing the 7 hour rule, right? And I'm curious, I'd like to know in comments, have you heard of the 7 hour rule or the 11 zmots, 0 moments of truth? Do you have 7 hours of content or interactions, Zoom trainings, and so forth that are easily consumed by potential customers? Let me know in comments because I'm interested. So if you want to go a little bit deeper on this, Daniel Priestley, Key Person of Influence book, great book, and his book Oversubscribed, exceptional book. This one's probably more famous. It's sold like 100,000 copies, but to me, this is the better book, the Oversubscribed. They're both really good books though, right? All right, let's go back and see if we have any comments here. Mike, hey, Mike, how are you doing? Happy to be learning from you this morning. Well, I'm glad you're here, Mike. Jim F., glad you're here. Let me see what other comments we got going over here if I can. All right. Looks like that's what we got. Okay, so let me know, Mike, or watch this and see what you observe. See who has 7 hours that you easily consume, who doesn't, right? And are you do you find that with the people you buy from, you're doing like 11 different interactions, touches? Now, you could really accelerate touches, and what we used to do is every buyer got a follow-up sequence of weekly postcards, the 8 postcards in a follow-up sequence. And that was a really good method. And the reason is because now they get emails, now they get direct mail, now they get some YouTube videos, right? Now they get maybe some posts on one of your social media like X or Facebook. It's just that additional method to build more trust. So Mike says, I'm unfamiliar with both concepts, but I could definitely create a 7-hour course now since I'm aware of this. Yeah, you could do that, or 7 hour. Well, the idea though is if it's a free course, that's great. This is really before people buy from you. You want them before they even spend any money with you. Ideally, or maybe $7 are a real small amount, but ideally, you just want to probably free 7 hours of content so they can really get to feel they know you, and then you sell them your course, right? But you make it really easy for them to feel almost like you're a friend. Like, yeah, I like this guy. I know this guy. For example, there's a guy named Mike. I'll show you this. This guy does it really well, and it's interesting because a friend of mine like just has binged watch his content. His name is Mike Cohen, I believe. Yeah, I think this is him right here. Let's go check it out. Is this him? Here's a retargeting ad from someone we were looking at last night on our fast track, and I'm getting retargeted on YouTube also. They do a great job of retargeting. And I mean, that's one way you get your your multiple 11 zmots is with retargeting. I didn't bring that one up. Maybe it's Mike Cohen's school. He promotes school. I don't know if I'm getting his last name correct. Be Mike Cohen School. It's something like that. Maybe I'm not getting the name right. Well, darn it. All right, let's just try this. He might come up just under something like Make Money School. Here's Hamza. Wow, how I make $220,000 a month on school. Dang, dog. All right. Maybe we'll check out a couple of these people for their 7-hour rule here in a second. I'm just looking to see if I see this Mike guy. I bet Dan Henry has an easy 7 hours. We'll check him out. Yeah, I'm not seeing Mike. I thought that maybe because I've been to his channel a number of times, I thought maybe YouTube would pull him up fast, but it's not doing it. Okay, that's kind of interesting. It should be pulling him up because I've interacted with him on the topic of school. Let's just go over here, though, real quick and check out Dan Henry. Let's look at his videos. See if he has an easy 7 hours to. I'm guessing he does. Let's see here. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. All right. Video. All right, videos. So we got 4, 19, 6, 17, 19, 40. No, see, I'm having to watch a bunch of videos here to get in my 7 hours. You see that? Now let's go check Scorecard by Daniel Priestley. That's another channel that he has, Scorecard. Let's see how well he does it on the Scorecard channel. Just out of curiosity, right? All right, so here's his Score app channel, Score app. Let's go to videos. All right. So 9, 1 hour. So we got 1 hour here. 6, 6, 1 hour here. There's 2. 1 hour here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I got 7 hours, but I did have to scroll. The other one, Key Person of Influence, he had all 7 hours, like with hardly even scrolling. But here, to get the full 7 hours, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, 5, there's 6, and there's 7. I had to scroll a little bit to get my 7 hours in, right? But that's a lot better than how I can get it out of 7 videos. That's a lot better than having to watch like 30 or 40 videos to log your 7 hours, right? So I hope this gives you an insight on what you can do in your marketing that will help you sell premium products and services. And I know for myself, it's something I've got to do. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I got plenty of hour-long trainings I can upload. I just ain't done it, right? And now, but what's interesting is you can't pin 7 of them here to the top. So I guess you got to keep uploading hour-long videos periodically to try to keep them where it's easy to consume an hour. Like, so here he's got a couple more. Let's see how many more hours. There's an hour. Let's see here if he's got more down here. There's 35 minutes. There's another hour, right? So, I mean, see if we got another hours if we go on down here. No, so it's interesting. Most of his hour-long stuff is at the top. I don't know if you could intentionally get it to the top or not, right? That's, to me, that's pretty interesting, fascinating stuff. It'd be nice if you could just pin your 7 videos all to the top of your page, right? All right. Let's see if we got any other feedback and we'll wrap it up today, guys. Let me go check our comments here. See what we got. All right. Mike says, sure, I get it. Once you have given him 7 hours of content, definitely fills up the emotional bank account connection with potential lifetime client. Yeah, exactly. Mike, thank you for joining us. Jim F., thank you for joining us. Those of you who watch this live, type live. You watch on a replay, type replay. If you watch it the bidder in, type bidder in. If you do not have my report, how I sold 70,000 products online, you can get it at resellertoolkit.com/70K. That's one of my zmots. If you want another of my zmots, you can go to marlinsanders.com. That's my seed marketing report. And I've got playlists here on YouTube where if you work your tail end off, you can log in your 7 hours. Thank you all for joining me. I will be back on another day, another live stream. Bye for now. Now I just got to see if I can log off because I've got all of these different screens open here. Well, let's see. That's easy.